Things are going crazy in the Sword and Shield era right now, with booster boxes reaching new highs, of course. And one question I always get asked is, Jace, what is going to be the next big set? Which is going to be the next big set that's going to skyrocket to the moon? I mean, that's a hard question to answer, and it's, you know, you're only going to guess. However, you can get an idea of how our set's going to be doing in the future based on how well it's done in the past. We saw that with the likes of Lost Origin. For instance, Lost Origin prices were going up, then a reprint came and the prices dropped, and then it went out of stock on the Pokemon Center website, well, at least here anyway, and then it went really, really high. And, you know, once it goes out over in the US, it will do the same. And people have been asking me, Jace, what's going to be the next one? You know, what do you reckon? What do you reckon? And lots of people have opinions on what's going to happen. Now, me, I look at the Trainer Gallery sets. We're talking, you know, Brilliant Stars, Astral Radiance, Silver Tempest, and Lost Origin. To me, those four are really, really good sets, pretty much, right? Astral Radiance is creeping up in price over in the US, reaching new highs because it's no longer available on the Pokemon Center website. It's still available over here on the Pokemon Center website. The prices are a little bit lower. And then you take a look at Silver Tempest. Silver Tempest is sold out over here in the UK on the Pokemon Center website. Yet you can still buy it from a lot of retail stores for like 100 to 110, which is crazy. It seems really odd. So there's some weird things at play here. Then you look at Brilliant Stars. Brilliant Stars has stayed at 140 for as long as I can remember. To be fair, it's been 140 for a very, very long time. So it's really interesting. But then you take a look at other sets as well. What about Battle Stars? Right now, I'm not expecting Battle Stars to go absolutely crazy, but it does have an alt art. And one of the things I'm talking about is a lot of sets that have the alt arts tend to do very well, or at least are doing very well. Battle Stars is, I believe, the cheapest booster box right now in this Sword and Shield era. I don't expect it to go absolutely crazy, of course, but that is another one that you could look out for. So today we'll be taking a look at a bunch of different sets, not the ones that are already climbing, okay? A bunch of different sets in the Sword and Shield era, and see where they once were, and where they are now, and where they may be heading, to give us an idea whether or not this set's actually, or these sets in particular, are going to be the next ones to boom or blow up, or whichever way we want to put it. So let's jump into it. Okay, first one we're going to look at today is Silver Tempest. I'm not going to go through all of the Sword and Shield era booster boxes, especially the ones that we already know are going up. We know that Chill and Rain's expensive. We know the Fusion Strike, Evolving Skies, Lost Origin. They're doing really well. We're talking about the ones that yet to start going crazy, right? The Silver Tempest is doing pretty well. $140 is kind of going back up to the retail price, especially over in the US. Over here, like I say, you can still pick this booster box up for around anywhere between 100 to 110. I think that's a great deal, to be honest, if you can pick up Silver Tempest. I do feel like, though, Silver Tempest is the weakest of the Trainer Gallery sets. Sounds crazy, but I do feel like that. I feel like, in my opinion, Astral Radiance is better than Silver Tempest because I prefer the alt arts in Astral Radiance. I think there's more cards I actually like the look of in those sets. Even though Lugia is one of my favourite Pokemon of all time, that just isn't enough for me to keep this set moving forward. Yes, there is a really cool Rayquaza, but the rest of the set, I don't know. For me, it just feels a bit weak in my opinion. On top of that, this also had a recent reprint alongside Lost Origin, which was a few months ago now. So we're looking at 140. Let's go back a year and we can see how well this set's been doing. So it did actually go up to 140. Then the reprint came and it went down to like 110, and now it's pretty much near enough back up to where it once was. I do expect this to continue to climb, of course, because they're now getting to that age. We're now starting to see, and I've been talking about this before, when you look at a lot of sets, right, give them a 2 to 3 year window, right, and see where they are when they're no longer in print and see what happens. Because that's what we've been seeing with Sword and Shield. A lot of these are no longer in print, or pretty much all of them are not in print anymore. And we're now starting to see the real growth. And people are losing their minds. People are going crazy. They're like, oh my god, these booster boxes, have you seen what's been going on? Have you seen this? Yeah, well, we knew it was going to happen. It's happened with every other generation before it. And the same's going to happen again with Scarlet and Violet. It just is which sets are going to go crazy the fastest, and how high will they go is what is a mystery. And that's it. You know, will Silver Tempest be one of them? I think it will be. I think it will be up there with some of the top dogs in this era. You can just take a look back at Sun and Moon. And Sun and Moon, you had the sets that contained the tag team alt arts are the sets that are the most expensive. Or if they have a waifu card, right? But apart from that, all the other, you know, Sun and Moon boxes are quite cheap, right? Guardians Rising, obviously Sun and Moon Base, Burning Shadows, things like that are down in the cheaper part. Crimson Invasion, you know, all that sort of stuff. So they are cheaper. Then you look at the other ones that do have those alt arts: Unified Minds, Unbroken Bonds, Team Up, Cosmic. They're doing insanely good stuff, right? So Silver Tempest, one to look out for. Will it go up? Yes. I wouldn't go crazy, but it is reasonably cheap over here in the UK, so maybe you can look at picking some up. Right, Astral. I did talk a little bit about Astral Radiance, of course, when I was talking about Silver Tempest, but we're looking at 166 a box. This is actually on the uptick, which is actually quite interesting. So yeah, it's had a bit of a boom, and I think that's down to being sold on the Pokemon Center website over in the US. Usually the rule, if it's sold out on the Pokemon Center website and it stays sold out, it means it's probably, you know, drying up a bit. You know, stock is in availability is going away. Now, of course, stuff sell out on the Pokemon Center website and then they come back in a couple of weeks, a couple of months later. We've seen that time and time again. So it all depends on how long and if it stays out of stock. Of course, this has gone out of stock. Everyone's talking about it. Everyone's like, oh my god, FOMO. Yeah, it's all going crazy. So yeah, you know, it's already on the climb. It's already on the climb. I feel like Astral Radiance is a good set. It is. Like I say, it's got lots of nice art arts in it. But no real super duper chase card. I mean, Machamp is up there, but not compared to some of the others. But it's Trainer Gallery, and I've said that all 4 Trainer Gallery sets are very good. We've already seen Lost Origin take a boom. Silver Tempest is climbing. This one's the second most expensive, or I believe. We'll get to look at Brilliant Stars in a moment, but Astral Radiance doing well. This is one to keep an eye on. You know, could be 200 by the end of the year. Be interesting. All right, and then we got Brilliant Stars. So not quite as much as Astral Radiance, like $2 difference. Now, I've actually rated Brilliant Stars since it came out. I've kind of put it originally in my second best set in the era. That was at the time of when it came out, just because it was stacked, right? It was such a stacked set, and I kind of feel like it's fallen a little bit out of favor, and it's set around here over here in eBay in the UK for like 140 for like the longest time, like literally the longest time. And I feel like this set will pop off. I genuinely think this one will be the one to pop off. We're looking at 164. It's still available on the Pokemon Center website. And we go back a year, and it is climbed. Not massively high. I mean, at one point, we go back even further, which we can't see, but it did actually reach up to like 180, 190 a box. Then there was like not a reprint, but there was like a restock. And then the prices started to drop and settle, and then it's now slowly climbing back up. So this is a huge set. Charizard, big card. You have amazing Trainer Gallery. You've got Evolutions in here. Arceus, amazing old arts. This is a good set. It is a stacked set, and I think this one will do very, very well in the long run. So I think out of all of the ones that we just looked at, I think Brilliant Stars will be the next Lost Origin or Fusion Strike or Chill and Rain, in my opinion. Probably might not be, knowing to me, you know, before we know, it could be something completely different. But for me, I feel like if I had to choose right now to buy something that wasn't one of the ones that's already climbing or going a little bit crazy, I would probably start picking up some Brilliant Stars. That's just my opinion. And then we have Battle Stars. Battle Stars is a weird one. Not many people, obviously not many people like it. I mean, I actually love Battle Stars. You know, Battle Stars is one of these sets that just didn't really get off the ground running. Not really. Obviously, they got the Alt Art T-Tar. Brilliant card. Amazing. My boy T-Tar. Over the past year, booster boxes have dropped and then started to climb back up. This is, I believe, it might be the cheapest booster box in the Sword and Shield era. I think it is, which is a good thing, right? Because it's cheap. Over here in the UK, this is getting harder to get hold of, especially for a cheaper price. There's not actually a huge amount around at a really good price. That's what's interesting. But yeah, you can still pick it up for obviously less than retail. But this is a set that you should keep an eye on. I'm not expecting this to go crazy. Like I said, it is the cheapest booster box. This could go the same route as Crimson Invasion did, you know, back in the Sun and Moon, where, yes, it's like double the price of what it was when you bought it or when it first came out, but it's just kind of stayed where it was. Battle Stars could be the same, but even if it went up to $200 and stayed at $200, even if buying 100, I'll still be happy. You know what I mean? So, one thing to look out for, does have a big old art. So, yeah, keep an eye on Battle Stars. Now, looking at non-trainer gallery sets, we have Vivid Voltage. I don't expect Vivid Voyage to go crazy, although it has been climbing. That's interesting. Rainbow Chonkachu is a chase card. It is a big chase card. You know, people still haven't pulled it. I haven't pulled it. And, you know, I think this could be very similar to Burning Shadows. You look at Burning Shadows, the only good thing in that set is the Rainbow Zard. Incredibly difficult to pull. Very iconic because of, you know, the difficulty to get it. I think the Rainbow Chonkachu, Pikachu, will do very well in Vivid Voyage, and I think that could follow suit. I do feel like Vivid Voyage has room to grow. The ceiling for it, however, I think will be much lower than some of the other sets that we just looked at. Of course, I could be terribly wrong, and this set could go to like $1,000 a box. Who knows? You know, so there has been climbing over the past few months. We go back over the past year, however, it's still not as high as it was a year ago. So Vivid Voyage is like Brilliant Stars, where it's just kind of sat at the same price point for a long time, which is quite interesting, bearing in mind it does have such a big chase card. The rest of the set, though, is pretty weak, and pull rates aren't the best. Then we have Dancer Blaze, 146 a box. This is actually quite interesting because this is arguably one of the worst sets in the era. It does have a Charizard, not very expensive. Pretty poor set overall. Pull rates are pretty terrible. That's another thing. But overall, I do feel like it's interesting to see where it is. I don't think this set will do very well in the future. So if you're going to put your money into something, I probably wouldn't pick Dancer Blaze. That's my opinion. I just don't see it. Unless you really like the cards in the set and the set means something to you, then go for it. I mean, I really like Vivid Voyage. That's why I've got a booster box of Vivid Voyage. You know, I like to have one of each in my collection. I do have Dancer Blaze, just one box. It's in my collection, and that's basically it. I'm pretty happy with that. There you have it, guys. Those are just some Sword and Shield era sets that we got to keep an eye on. I'm not going to beat this to death when, you know, you see a lot of videos at the moment that are all talking about Sword and Shield. What's going to be crazy, you know, buy it now, FOMO, oh, you know, things are going more and more expensive, don't miss out, you know, and whatever. You know, if you want to open up the sets, you can still pick up booster packs at a relatively cheap cost at retail for a lot of these sets. You know, from tins to collection boxes, you can still find a lot of the Sword and Shield era for a reasonable price. Even Evolving Skies. You know, you can find Evolving Skies in Charizard UPCs, which are a very good way of, you know, getting hold of packs at a similar to retail cost. Another example would be the Leafeon V-Star and the Glaceon V-Star collection boxes. They come with 2 Evolving Skies packs. I can't remember the other packs it comes with, but I do know it's 2 Evolving Skies. So you can still find them at relatively close to retail cost. It just so happens to be the booster boxes themselves are going up and up and up. So it's all about which one means the most to you. Which one do you like? And which ones do you want to go for? Me, I go for one of each of sets. It's just me, how I do it. I go for one of each just because I like to have one of each. Just nice for a collection standpoint. And then I tend to then go for the sets which are doing well on the market and that's responding quite well, but also I really do like. So like I was talking about earlier with Chill and Rain, that's the main reason why I go for Chill and Rain. It just so happens it's also doing very, very well. Evolving Skies, you know, I have some Evolving Skies. I've sold some Evolving Skies. I wish I had more, but I don't. It is what it is, and we just got to keep on going. You know, there's always going to be another opportunity to grab a box while it's cheap and before it goes. So yeah, which one will I think is best to get right now? Which one do I think will do very well? I think it's the Trainer Gallery sets, to be honest. So Brilliant Stars and Silver Tempest. Astral Radiance is already on the uptick, so we've got to look at those two as probably the next ones to go. But I do feel like Brilliant Stars will probably do better than Astral Radiance and Silver Tempest. But yeah, it'd be really interesting to see what happens. But like I say, over here in the UK, we can still pick up Chill and Rain. We can still pick up Fusion Strike for retail, and we can also pick up Astral Radiance for retail, or under retail in fact. So not that much of a deal. Lost Origin of course is a bit of a bummer, but you know, it's just the way it is. If you made this far to the video, guys, and you've enjoyed it, make sure to smash the like button and make sure to subscribe for more Pokemon content, and let me know your thoughts down in the comments. What do you think will be the next set, or the next couple of sets to start climbing once they're sold out and, you know, on the Pokemon Center website? Which ones do you reckon will, you know, how would you rank it? You know, obviously we know Evolving Skies is top. You know, Lost Origin, Fusion Strike, Chill and Rain are kind of fighting it out. Will Brilliant Stars overtake them all? Could it be Astral Radiance? Could it be Silver Tempest? Or could it be Bow Stars? Who knows? Who knows? Only time will tell. But if you want to know what's going on in the market regarding single card prices, then make sure to click on the video on screen right now. And if you want to watch more Pokemon content, guys, you know what to do. Make sure to hit that subscribe button. Alright guys, that's it from me in this video. Thank you all so much for watching. You guys are legends, and I'll see you in the next one.